Hey y'all, I kind of teased a little bit on this Cross RC PG-4L dually when I did the light and sound video that I was going to show a little bit more, and I didn't carry through on that, so I figured I better take care of that now before we get to some run video. Finally have this outside. So just getting a little bit closer on what goes into this guy. This was a hard body, so hard plastic, all started out gray. Things were really well detailed. The parts are nice. Everything fit together really well. This is one of the rare paint jobs that I'm actually kind of happy with. I like how it came out. I really like how this red looks on this truck. I've seen a couple of black ones, but I had never seen a red one, and I sure didn't want to do the yellow on the box. So here we are. Now you'll hear on the run video some tapping. That's because they did the exhaust where it's spring-loaded on a piece of wire so that it looks realistic and it's kind of cool, but you do hear the exhaust tapping on the bumper, so I got to put a little bit of insulation in between there so you don't hear that. It's a dually, of course. It's a leaf spring in the rear. It's all pretty solid. It's a metal frame. The wheels, of course, are metal. Everything's real solid. The fender flares on the bed are separate parts, so they were real easy to get painted before you put them on. The front's not so much because they're molded into the body, so that was kind of some interesting masking with those weird little scallops on there, but I think it came out pretty good. And when you go to get into this guy, let's see if we can do this one-handed. That cab just pops right off. And it does sit back on really simply. It's got a couple of pins there on the back of the body that go down and lock into those guys, and then it's got levers underneath that you reach up and lock, and it holds it pretty well. So when I first saw the receiver box for this, I thought it was really huge and really crazy big and thought, man, I'm never going to fill that. But then once you start running front lights and back lights and the sound box and all the other crazy stuff along with the speed controller and the receiver, it got a little busy inside there. But as other people have experienced trying to do the sound kit, it sat up just a little too high. So what I wound up doing was I actually took it out of its original tunnel structure, and I just put the speakers and the controller down inside the receiver box, and I was able to drill that out for where the buttons are, and even got the overlay on there, so everything works pretty good. And of course that's got its own power coming off of there, and all seemed to work out pretty well. So let's get outside and run this thing.